Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Keep Learning. So today we are diving into another important topic, which is textbook and supplementary material. But in this video we only discuss about textbook in detail. Whether you are studying for exams or just looking to expand your knowledge, you are in the right place. So grab your notes. So let's get started.
Okay, so let's talk about textbook. A textbook contains the explanation of the course contents of an approved syllabus. The syllabus and the textbook may be approved by some department of education or a state or central board of education. Let's come to the importance of textbook. Textbooks are required for almost all the students, particularly for upper primary and higher classes. Both students and teachers find them very useful. Let's discuss its importance in some points. So, a first point is it is a source of continuous reference. In this point, students have to refer the textbook almost daily. After a topic has been taught by the teacher, students need to study it again from the textbook. They feel to refer it for more clarity and maybe for more details. Teachers' teaching gets reinforced through a textbook. They may find the same content presented in an author's new style. They bring in more clarity to students. Second point is a source of doing the class and homework. Basically, school level textbook generally include the evaluation exercise. Teachers often give homework and classwork through these exercises. The questions under these exercises pertain to different domains like the cognitive, affective, psychomotor domain. Again, there are very short answer and long answer type questions under the evaluation exercise. Students do the questions as have been assigned by the teacher. Third point is teacher's task facilitated. As the textbooks are mainly based on prescribed syllabus, teacher's task is greatly facilitated by them. Through teachers are supposed to know much more than what is given in the textbook. They get the guidelines from the textbook as to how much to deliver the students. Some textbook contains guidelines for the teachers about the technique of using them, or they may be teachers handbooks explaining how the textbook should be used. After studying the textbook, teachers come to know how much they have yet to update themselves by studying the reference books and journals so that they may be able to satisfy the above average students. They are more helpful for the beginning teachers. Now, the fourth point is useful for the paper setters. Textbook prove useful for paper setters. The paper setters may be different persons, especially for the board classes. They go through the content of the textbooks and the evaluative exercises, as all these help them in setting a balanced question paper. Now, the fifth point is filling the gap of knowledge. Textbooks fill the gap of knowledge that may be there due to students' absence or due to sudden inattention in the class. Students can refer to the textbook according to their convenient time. Sometimes teachers, while teaching a particular topic, may miss some point inadvertently. When the students go through the topic from the textbook, they come to know about the point missed out by the teacher. Those textbooks helps them in complete learning. Now, the sixth point is organized units of work. Basically, textbook contains organized units of work. Teacher and students come to know about the sequence of units to be studied. They also come to know how much to teach and learn. The authors of textbook try to delimit the content according to the student's comprehension level. Now, the seventh point is sequence of teaching procedure. Basically, textbook provide detailed sequence of teaching procedures. Teachers are not required to establish teaching procedures of their own, as textbook lays out the sequence of content as required by them to proceed. Now the next point is that it is useful for other authors. There may be some other textbooks on the same subject. The authors generally refer to other available textbooks when they are writing or revising their own. They try to have an edge over the other textbooks by incorporating more details, better examples, better presentation. In this way, textbook provide guidance to the other authors. Now, the next point is miscellaneous uses. Some textbook, besides presenting the text, give some additional types of information. For example, they may incorporate the prescribed syllabus, instructional objectives in the beginning, projects to be undertaken, summary points, references, and this proves useful for different types of readers. Now let's come to the another main point, criteria for selecting a textbook or the qualities of a good textbook. There may be a number of textbooks available in the market. A teacher may be in the dilemma as to the choice of a book to be prescribed. Sometimes the school principal asks the teacher to recommend a suitable textbook for the students. There are some points may help the teacher for selection of suitable textbooks. Let's discuss one by one. First, course coverage. A good textbook completely covers the course contents. Each topic of the prescribed syllabus should be fully covered in the textbook. They may have to discover the omitted portions from other sources, which may be a difficult task for them. Though the teacher is expected to take care of such lapses, even then it may cause embarrassment and inconvenience to students at some or the other stage. Second is depth of coverage. The depth of coverage of each topic should be according to the mental level and class in which the students are studying. The author should not try to show how knowledgeable he or she is. He or she should refer to the prescribed curriculum, which generally clarifies the depth of coverage. Now, the third point is language used. The language used in a textbook should be simple and lucid. The author's expression should be good, clear, and interesting. He or she should keep the student's age and their grade in view before choosing the standard of language used in the textbook. They should be able to understand it easily. The technical terms should be accurately explained. It should be grammatically correct. The sentences should neither be very long and nor very short. Now the fourth point is approach followed. There are two main approaches of textbook writing. These are deductive approach and inductive approach. Under deductive approach, the author first explains the concept and then presents the example. Under inductive approach, the author proceeds from examples and then proceed its conceptual. Which approach to follow it depends upon the nature of the content to be explained. If the content is simple and straightforward, deductive approach may be followed. If the content is complex, then inductive approach should be followed. Next, fifth point is examples to be used. Examples makes the concept and principles clear. Therefore, textbook should include sufficient number of examples. The examples should be relevant, simple and interesting. Next point is suitable formatting. Proper formatting of the book helps in grasping the content easily. It assists students in organizing and processing information. The main components of formatting are advanced organizers, bold face print, glossing of pertinent vocabulary, etc. An advanced organizer is a piece of information that precedes the content to be learned. Bold face printing presents the content in bold type to attract readers' attention. Similarly, the authors should give due consideration to other components of formatting. Now, the seventh point is appealing graphic elements. Textbooks should be enriched with suitable graphic elements. Wherever required, illustrations, charts, tables, posters, diagrams should be presented, and these graphic elements make the content more comprehensible. Appealing graphic components add to the appearance of the book and enhance readers' understanding. Now, the next point is summary points. Some authors give summary at the end of each chapter. Such a summary is helpful to students for revision purpose. By studying the summary points, they can find out which point they can explain independently and which point require more brushing. They can look back at the explanation given in the main text on the points which are still not clear to them. These summary points are of great help before the examination as they help in quick revision. Now, the next ninth point is evaluative exercises. These exercises aim at testing the student's knowledge after a chapter has been completed. These exercises should contain different types of questions according to the level of student. Then there should be objective type, very short answer type questions. Now, the next point is projects. A good textbook suggests the projects to be undertaken by the students. Such projects are usually given at the end of each chapter. While working at the projects, students apply the knowledge that they have attained pertaining to the project. Project work strengthens students' knowledge of the content and they learn to work in a real situation. While selecting a textbook, teachers should find out whether suitable projects have been suggested in the textbook or not. A few tips may also be given about the way students have to complete those projects. Now, the another point is miscellaneous requirements. Teachers are required to look for some more consideration before prescribing a textbook. The author of the textbook should be knowledgeable and experienced. They should be well read and qualified in the subject of their book. Textbooks should not be very expensive. Let's come to the another main concept, precautions in the use of a textbook. Once a textbook has been Let's come to the another main concept, precautions in the use of a textbook. Once a textbook has been judicially selected, it should be used properly. In order to make it best use, it is necessary that certain precautions to be taken. Some precautions are meant for students and some for the teachers. Let's discuss one by one. First, precautions to be taken by the teacher. First point in this, thorough study of the topic. Before teaching a topic, teacher should study it thoroughly. He or she should not give any fact contrary to what is given in the textbook, expecting the one which is grossly incorrect. In case if there is any inaccuracy in the textbook, it should be brought to the notice of the students so that they may insert correction in the book themselves. Teacher should bring such lapses to the notice of the publisher also. Second is supplementing the textbook matter. Some bright students may be keen to get more details on a topic than what are given in the textbook. Teachers should do some spade work for them. He or she should collect the additional matter for the reference books and journals and provide the same to the students. If such reference books and journals are easily available, the same may be suggested to them. The next point is avoid replication. While teaching, teachers should not use the bookish language. Of course, he or she should not deviate from the conceptual details given in the book. The delivery of the content should be through teachers' own style and language. Teachers can make the presentation interesting by using simple language and interesting examples. Next point is focal points in the textbook. Some focal points in the book may need students' special attention. In such cases, teachers should ask the students to open the particular page of the book and direct them to focus on the point to be considered. There may be a situation when the teacher or student may be required to read out a few lines from the textbook. Such a situation arises when special emphasis is to be laid on the important issue. Otherwise, as a matter of policy, frequent verbatim reading out from a textbook should not be encouraged in a regular class. Now the fifth point is in touch with new editions. Teachers should remain in touch with latest edition of textbook. He or she should keep on comparing the other textbooks of the subject and should prescribe the one which serves the student's purpose in the best possible way. The next point is textbook as a lesson plan. Many teachers are overburdened as they may be required to take many classes or many periods in the same or few classes. Textbook serves as a lesson plan for such teachers. Many publishers and some central or state agencies like NCRT or SCRT develop basic textbooks with appropriate instructional sequence, lesson designs and projects for each subject. So such textbooks save a good deal of teachers' time. Now the precautions to be taken by the students. First, keeping the textbooks in possessions. Students should keep the textbook in their possession both in school and at home. Teacher while teaching may at any time ask the students to refer to the textbook. At home, they are at liberty to use it according to their convenience. Second point is utilizing the textbook for assignments. Students keep on consulting their textbooks for classwork and homework. While completing the assignments, some students take down the answer from the book. After consulting the book, they should write the answer using their own expression. Help books or guides should not be used for any such purpose. Now the next third point is repetition for effective learning. Some students may not be in a position to understand the content by first reading. They may so go through the content again and again for mastering its learning. The more they concentrate, the sooner they will be able to grasp the subject matter. If even after repeated study they are not able to comprehend the desired content, they can request the teacher to guide them for solving their problems. Next point is following the author's instruction. Some authors give some instructions for the better utilization of the textbook, and these instructions may be given in the margin, enclosed figures, or in footnotes, or at any other prominent place in the chapter. And these instructions are given in bigger or uh, italicized words, capturing an easy attention for the readers. Their purpose may be to guide the readers to refer to some more study material, take up more projects, lay more concentration on some points, etc. And these instructions are required to be followed when the students having their independent study. Otherwise, teachers give the necessary guidance about such instructions. Fifth point is note making from textbook. A textbook is a main source for note making. Students should carefully study the headings, subheadings, and go through the text. They should then make the notes in their own language. A textbook may also be used in conjunction with some reference books as suggested by the teacher, but the main source of note making remains the textbook. Now, the next point is maintenance of the textbook. Textbook should be properly used, as its reckless use results in defacing of the outer surface, tearing of several pages, and it gives an ugly appearance. Students should use it with full reverence and place it systematically after using it. After finishing the course and after getting the promotion of the next higher class, it should be preserved safely in the student's personal library. In case of lack of such space at home, it may be donated to some library or be given to some needy students so that it may be used perpetually. It should not be sold as a second hand book. Now the next is guidelines for textbook under NCF 2005. Basically, NCF 2005 does not recommend textbooks at the pre-primary stage. It says that all learning should occur through play rather than through didactic communication. Textbooks should be prescribed from the primary class onwards. The framework says that a good textbook should reflect the totality of experiences provided to the learners. It motivates the teacher to structure his or her class lessons. Textbooks should be learner friendly and should be written on sound psychological principles. It further says that textbook committees should consist of a healthy mix of subject experts, good and experienced classroom teachers. The classroom teachers can give vital inputs such as difficulty level that can be taught in any class, method to be used for explaining a certain concept, etc. There are some guiding principles for textbook writers. Like, the textbook should be child centered, it should provide for needs and interests of different children, it should include the social concern, steps for unity in diversity, eradication of poverty, illiteracy should be emphasized. Even it should follow the integrated approach and provide totality of experiences. It should suggest the activities to be undertaken by students for learning the concepts and principles. And in place of rote learning, it should encourage the students to construct a knowledge. Wherever possible in the textbook, environmental concerns and conservation of nature should be highlighted in the textbook. The content selected should stand the textbook of cognitive validity, content validity, process validity, historical validity, environment validity, and ethical validity. Students should be able to comprehend the textbook easily, even when the teacher is not there. Textbooks should be written within parameters defined by the prescribed syllabus, keeping in view its consistency and the curricular objectives. Textbooks should not be unduly voluminized, and for each semester separate textbooks should be written so as to control the physical burden of school bag. Textbooks should be written in such a way that it sustains the student's interest and curiosity to learn more. It should provide for variety of activities. A single learning experience may be applied to different activities. A textbook activity should fully exploit the locally available material. It should provide scope for students' imagination and creativity. Even it should provide scope for group work. The textbook writer should see that it contains sufficient material that students can complete during the semester for which it is written. The inclusion of no part of the material should look unnatural. It should follow the spiral approach of learning, that first the basic facts are learned and followed by more and more details of the subject. Basically, it should contain the evaluative exercise in such a way that students should feel mentally prepared to attempt the same. It should be free from bias of gender inequality. It should equip the child to face the present day problems. And it also should enable the child to utilize his or her full potential. Even textbook should enable the child to think and learn, or it should provide opportunities to work and learn. Some other points we can discuss that it should develop creativity in child and provide opportunities for free expression. And some children develop certain misconception due to some reasons. Textbooks should develop their logical reasoning so that misconceptions may be wiped off. The textbook, the content, or the learning situation in the textbook should be commensurate with the age gaps of the children. The textbook should be written in such a way that the activities given in it can be carried out at home also. The textbook should provide for needs of girls, sterile children, physically challenged children, children with learning disabilities, and working children engaged in the legally permissible occupations. The textbook should provide guidance for teachers also. So that's all for today. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might benefit from it. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming lessons. Feel free to leave any questions or feedback in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, keep learning and stay curious. Thank you.